So the boys in the jungle, they become so hungry, and then Krishna and Balram tells, okay, nearby the Brahmanas are doing yajna, you go and please ask for some sacrifice, some food. So they actually, these boys go and they ask the Brahmanas, and Brahmanas are so puffed up being in the Varnashram. They think that who are these, cowherd boys who are coming, yajna is going on and they are asking for the food, and they actually don't give. Although the boys say that this is actually required for Krishna, but unfortunately, being puffed up by their knowledge and Brahmanical qualities, they don't pay attention there. And then they tell all the boys to go, and they go and report to Krishna, and Krishna says, don't worry, you go again for begging, but not from the Brahmanas, but from the wives of the Brahmanas. Then these boys go to the wives of the Brahmanas, and as soon as the wives of the Brahmanas hear the name Krishna and Balram, they become so joyful. They actually become so happy, seeing the that Krishna has personally asked for, and they give everything, whatever is cooked in their house, they give it to Krishna. They offer indeed, they go there, and they say that Krishna, our life is for you. Why? Because they have heard about Krishna. And that's what is the wonderful, quality, that rather than, even seeing Krishna, if we hear about Krishna, like Rukmani Mata, she got attracted to Krishna by hearing. Vayam tu na vitrapyama uttam shloka vikrame yash shunvatam rasajnana swadu swadu pade pade yasham vay shruyamanayam krishne param puruse bhakti utpadyate pumsa shok moh bhayapah. So shunvatam swakatham Krishna punya shravana kirtanam. So this is very, very important. We must hear about Krishna. And rather than seeing Krishna through the eyes, we should try to see Krishna through the ear. Because when we will hear and see the Krishna through the ear, we will be able to understand properly. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was giving Bhagavatam class. And in between the Bhagavatam class, some of his disciples came. Some sannyasis also came, and they sat in the Bhagavatam class. He asked, where were you? They said that we had gone to local temples to have darshan of Krishna. And he says that having left the spiritual discourse given by your spiritual master on Srimad Bhagavatam, going to the temple of Krishna and taking darshan is like doing time pass. And he says that I am repeating again, please understand, please open your ears so that you can see clearly. मैं फिर से दोहराता हूं कि आप कान खोल दीजिए ताकि आप स्पष्ट रूप से देख सके. You can see and you can understand Krishna. Don't try to see Krishna, but try to serve Krishna in such a way that he wants to see you. That's the perfection of our ears. That's the perfection of our eyes. That's the perfection of our life. So they heard about Krishna. They became so joyful. They went and gave everything to Krishna. And Krishna told, I am satisfied. Please return home. And when they went home and their husband came after doing yajna, they became so morose when they understood that their wives were able to please Krishna. Because what is the purpose of our life? Some Siddhi Hari Toshanam. Ultimately, to please Krishna is the purpose of life, is the goal of life. And if we fail to please Krishna, and we may achieve so many things by doing yajna, tap, dan, japa, everything is actually, gone. आराधयतो यदि हरि तपसा तथा किम न आराधयतो यदि हरि तपसा तथा किम अंतर बहिर यदि हरि तपसा तथा किम न अंतर बहिर यदि हरि तपसा तथा किम. This wonderful shloka says that aradhayoto yadi hari tapsa tatha kim. If you are worshipping Lord Krishna Sri Hari, then there is no need to do tapasya. And if you are not worshipping the Hari, what is the use of your tapasya? Why are you doing tapasya if you are not worshipping Hari? Tapasya should be done only for pleasing Hari. Aradhayato yadi Hari tapsa tatha kim, na aradhayato yadi Hari tapsa tatha kim. Antar bahir yadi Hari tapsa tatha kim. If your inside and outside is Hari, Lord Shri Krishna, there is no need to do austerity. And na antar bahar yadi Hari tapsa tatha kim. And if your inside and outside Krishna is not there, then what is the use of your doing tapasya? They understood that our wives were able to please Krishna. How fortunate they are. And we, having big knowledge of this Brahmanical culture and having doing, this fire sacrifice, to hell with our fire sacrifice if we are not able to satisfy Krishna. This 88,000 rishis were doing fire sacrifice for Jan Kalyan, for pleasing, for the benefit of all the humanity. But when Suta Goswami came there, they said, okay, to hell with our everything, actually, let us hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Let us develop love of Krishna by hearing. And by hearing only, we can actually develop love for Krishna. There is no other way. There is no other way. There is no other way. By chanting and hearing, by association of devotees, by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, by residing in the holy dham, one can achieve Krishna. So Krishna, he fulfilled everyone's desire. Okay. And then this so the pastimes of correcting the brahmanas performing fire sacrifice represents that the fault in indifference towards Krishna arising out of the pride due to high birth in varnashram system. If somebody thinks that I am Brahman, I am this, I am that, then actually Krishna is not pleased. Krishna doesn't like all this thing. Krishna sees the humility of the heart. One time I heard in wonderful lecture of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, where he says, when you look at the devotee, rather than trying to look for the tears in his eye, try to look in the humility of his heart. Don't judge externally anybody, whether somebody is crying for Krishna or not. Internally, what are we doing? Internally, are we crying for Krishna? That's very important for us. We are not there to do things externally. We are not there to do show bottle business. Our Krishna consciousness is an internal process. What internally we do, that matters. And Krishna sees the intention. He does not see the result. Indeed, he doesn't even see the effort. He sees that, okay, you are doing some effort, fine. What is intention of your doing the effort? Are you doing this effort for pleasing me? Or are you doing this effort for something else? One time, one person was speaking when our His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Maharaj came here. Goswami Maharaj came. So he said that sometime devotees say, Prabhuji, I am struggling. So he asked a question, Prabhuji, are you struggling for Krishna or are you struggling for Maya? For what you are struggling? Please tell me that. So are we a struggling devotee or are we an advancing devotee? And even if we are struggling devotee, we should struggle